Hello everyone, and welcome to our cooking class or recipe club on Sunday. And it's a beautiful day today, I believe. So yeah, now today I'm going to present two dishes. The first one will be Singapore noodles, very easy, and the next one is a very simple dessert. Well, I didn't actually make it clear. It should be black tahini glutinous rice bowl. So I'll just start now. Now you can see today I'm using my own kitchen. It's rather basic, and yeah, so I'm going to use on this side. I hope you can see me. Now I'll just start putting the stove on. Okay. Now the first one is I'm going to cook the main dish is a Singapore rice noodle. Okay, and as you know, Singapore rice noodle it comes with curry powder, stir fried with the vermicelli noodles. Now the ingredients I'm using is the sliced white onion. And later on, when it's hot enough, I'll put in the chopped garlic. I'll just wait for the pan to get hot. Vermicelli, I know it's a bit, maybe you can see, can you see it now? Yeah. So the vermicelli noodles, which I use the Chang brand, which is like this, okay? And I'll just use about 2 cakes of them, 2 of those ones. So I've already put them or soaked them in boiling water, so they come out quite soft. Okay, as you can see, quite soft. Or actually, it's rather cooked. And fried tofu, you can use puff fried tofu. And here I've got the whatever I can get from the grocery store or from my fridge, okay? And it looks a bit like that, the fried tofu. Julienne carrots and cabbage. And some spinach leaves. Okay, now we'll just start now. Now it looks like my pan is, it's getting hot and it's sizzling. What I'll do is I'll add just some normal vegetable oil. Now this is quite a basic dish, and I find it's quite a healthy, stir-fry dish, and and you can get whatever you have in your fridge or the pantry, and this is what I've done today. I just improvise and get whatever I've got in my pantry, okay, and my fridge, and I will now add I'll add some chopped garlic. Say about 1 tablespoon, and maybe 3 tablespoons of oil, about this size pan. All right. Now next is I will mix the curry paste together. Again, I'm using the ayam curry powder, a very user-friendly Malaysian curry powder. Okay, and I'll use a good, a teaspoon, and maybe a bit more. I like it spicy. I mix a bit of turmeric powder into the curry powder. The reason is so it gives it a beautiful orange color to the noodles. Okay. Next would be the, I'll just put a bit of vegeta seasoning into the mixture as well. Okay, not too much. Okay, but say maybe a teaspoon of it. Now, as you can see, I mix this powder all together, and I'll just make it into a paste, and I'll just add some water to it. Okay, I'll add some water to this powder. I'll just mix it now. Smells good. Okay, so this is what becomes the paste. All right. So it all depends on how you like the consistency to be. Okay, now it looks like my sizzling. I'm going to turn the fire up. Giving a good stir fry now. I hope y'all can see. Good stir fry. Yep. Turn it up a little bit more. Now, once it starts to cook the vegetables, and this dish will come together, very easily. So I'll just wait for the onions and the garlic to become translucent. And I think it starts to smell good. That's what it looks like, eh? I hope you guys can see. Okay. So there's a lot of clanging and a lot of noise when it comes to stir frying. And yep, and I think it's just, it's just lovely, to see the vegetables, everything all come together. Now I'll add the carrots now, because the reason I add the carrots now, because normally carrots takes a lot longer to cook. So I'll just add the carrots into the hot pan. Okay, I'll try and add as much carrots as I can. Yeah. And I'll just keep the stir fry going. Now, while this is going like that, you can add a bit of salt, but not too much, just to bring the flavor out of the mixture. Okay, so this is what I do. I just add a bit of salt to the, to the initial vegetables. I can smell the garlic frying up, but make sure you don't burn the garlic. And burnt garlic is quite not a burnt, not really taste nice at all. And it looks like the onions is getting translucent, and the carrots is changing the color as well. Okay, so now so I'll just wait for a little while I keep stirring my curry paste. Add a bit of water to it so that it gives me quite a nice, but not too runny consistency. So that it's sort of like a nice little gooey paste. Okay. Right. Yep, so it looks like it's coming together. It looks like it's cooking well. My daughter just came in. Hello, Mia. Hi. Someone say hi to everyone. Hello. Hi, everyone. So I'm just adding. Mia is also ready to, she wants to cook this dish as well. So, yep, now, sing up Lee. Oh, nice. So, yep, so I'll just keep stir frying the curry powder. I can see the fire coming up, right? It looks like a hawker center here. Hawker center one. Yep. Okay, now add in the cabbage. Just put this in the side. And next, I'll just add in the tofu, which I've chopped them up already. I'll just keep frying it. Now it sort of starts to dry a little bit onto the, it's sort of drying up in the pan. And what I'll do I will keep adding a bit of water as it goes because normally in stir frying, as you add more ingredients to the pan, it can soak up all the sauces. So add a bit of water to it now. Now you can see that all these ingredients, it looks quite red, quite orangey red. Just give it a moment for all the vegetables to come together and cook. Okay, right, I'm just okay, now I can smell the fragrance of the spices and the tofu. It just comes together beautifully. Now I will have to do a taste test now before I add in the vermicelli. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just make sure the sauces is it has all the combination of flavors. Yeah, I think it's not too bad. Now there's one little trick. Sometimes if you want it a bit tangy, you can add a bit of tamarind, and I've got tamarind in my fridge. I think I like it a bit tangy. So here I've got tamarind puree, and what I'll do, use this spoon, so I'll leave here. Now this is the paste spoon, the curry spoon. So I just add a tiny bit of tamarind paste, which is quite sour, and I'll add it to the vegetables. Enhance the flavor. Not too much, just a tiny teeny bit. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll add in I'll turn the heat down, and I'll add in the vermicelli. Okay. If you feel that this is too much vermicelli, you just add a portion in, which is what I just did, and I'll stir it right through now. I think we can add. I think we can use all the vermicelli. Okay. Now, and I'll keep adding a bit of water. The reason being, but not too much water. Just gradually have to add the water. And what I'll do, I'll just rinse this curry bowl out as well. This curry paste bowl. And store it on the vermicelli noodles. I'll add a dash of soy sauce. Okay. And also a dash of sesame oil. There. I'll give it a good stir. As you know, this stir fry is quite a quick sort of exercise. You know, because all the ingredients and everything comes together and cook together very, very quickly. That's why it's called stir frying. It looks like it's all start to cook now, starts to come together. And make sure you have to keep doing the taste testing as you mix all the ingredients together. Right. Okay, now I've turned the fire right down. Now, lastly, I'll add in the spinach. Okay, so I'll give it a nice green, just do all the spinach, nice sort of like a green color to the dish. And spinach cook very easily, and that's why I add this dish last. Yeah, another trick is that when you do stir frying of this nature, make sure you get a big pan or a wok. So today I chose to use this size fry pan, because it can be quite messy and you get the vegetables, everything all coming out or falling out of the pan. Okay, now it looks done. I've turned off the heat, and all I'm going to do now is just swirl the I'll just swirl the noodles around the vegetables. Okay, right, that's it. Yeah, you don't want to overcook the spinach because we still want to see the green color. Okay, that's it. That's what it looks like. Okay. I will do a quick taste test now with maybe with a chopstick. Okay. Just to make sure that everything combines together beautifully. Not bad, but I think I like a bit more saltiness to the noodles. So what I'll do, I'll add a bit more soy sauce to it. So don't add too much, just everything's got to be gradual. Okay? And I'll use the thumb to sort of stir it through. I think that should do for us. Okay. Right. So there we go. We've got a Singapore noodles. All right. Now I'll leave it here first. I'll leave the Singapore noodle there first, and I'll the next dish or the next item would be our dessert. So let me clear all this mess away. So give me 1 minute. That won't be too long. Clear all this mess away. Okay. Right. Okay, our next, oops, I'll clear this away as well. Looks a bit better now. Okay, so our next item or our next dish would be glutinous rice balls, black tahini glutinous rice balls. Okay, now let me show you what black tahini looks like. I was given a jar of black tahini by a Greek friend, and I've been using it not all the time, but gradually. So this is what it looks like, a very rich black color, and smells really nice, really good, like very sesame. Now here I use, now this is the similar recipe to the one I used, the one I did before. It's called onde. Okay. Now I'll give my hand a good wash. Okay, it's done. Okay, now here I've got 1 cup of glutinous rice flour. 1 cup of, could be a bit too much, but doesn't matter. 1 cup of glutinous rice flour, and from here I will add some maybe not quite a tablespoon, but just maybe a teaspoon of black tahini to the rice flour. and I will add cold water to the to this flour mixture. Okay, right. Not too much. It's got to be gradual. So I'll just add a bit of water. I don't think you can see that well because we don't want it to be muddy and runny. It got to be like a nice doughy paste. Okay, now before I start mixing it with my hand, I will start boiling some water in this pot here, small pot. Okay. Here I've got some boiling water, not too much, but maybe half a pot. And I put a dash of salt in the boiling water. Okay, I'll leave it to boil because it needs to be bubbly boil. Okay, now I'll start mixing the dough. Right. Okay, that's what it looks like. A bit crumbly, and I'll add a bit more water to it. If you feel that you have added too much water, you can always add more rice flour, okay, to the mixture. I'll try not to because I don't want to I don't want to make too many balls. Okay, so it's still dry and crumbly, and I'll keep adding more water to it. Okay, I'll get more water. Now remember, you got to be cold water, because otherwise, if you use hot water, which I did before in the past, the mixture can be very, very sticky, and it's not going to form a ball. So it looks like the ball is all coming together now. Okay, now add a bit more water to it. Yep, it's coming very nicely together, and see, it doesn't quite stick onto my hand. It's just a tiny bit of stickiness, right? When water is boiling, I'll turn it down. There. Yep. Okay. I may have added a little bit too much water, so what I'll do is I'm going to add a bit more flour to the mixture. Yeah, that's right. So it's like a Play-Doh consistency. Now you can see the color of this dough. It's kind of like, it's got a beautiful black, not black, but like a grayish color. Okay, I suppose you can use white tahini, but I just like, since I have a black tahini in my fridge, so I just choose to use the black tahini. I just add a bit more tahini to this mixture. And I can see the colors changing the dough. Yeah, it's got this beautiful, very natural sort of color. Okay. Yeah, and you can see there's hardly any dough sticking on my finger, and that's the consistency that you want. Okay. And it's got a beautiful sesame smell to the dough as well. Right. Now, what I'll do is I'm going to leave it just for a few seconds while I will add brown sugar to the remainder of this tahini mixture. Okay. So add brown sugar. Say maybe a tablespoon, but not too much. Because tahini by itself is actually quite bitter. That's what it looks like. Okay, so I'll just form into a paste. Now, I won't make too many balls. What I'll do is I'll just make, say, about 3 balls. I'll just show you 3 balls here. Okay, here, I'll just, so it was quite big, so I'll just try and take them away. So this is the size that you want, about, you know, like a 50-cent size. Okay. And I'll just get some plates. Okay, just bear with me. I'll just get some plates from the bowl. Right, now, again, if you remember how I make onde, I have the ball, I put it on the palm of my hand like that, make an indentation. Not too, you know, not too deep. It's like a well, all right? And I'll just use a teaspoon and I'll put that filling, the tahini filling, in the middle of the bowl. Okay, and I'll seal it up now. So be careful when you do that. It doesn't matter if it's sort of like spilled out a bit. You know, just be gentle. And what you can do is you can just sort of like roll the ball back into a form. Okay. Okay, you roll the ball back. And that's what it looks like. Oops, sorry. That's what it looks like. Okay, but the ball fell off the, you know, it's just trying to escape. Well, good thing I'm able to catch it again. The next one. Okay, so, and I fold it. Yep. And again, you seal it and you kind of like roll it back. And because the filling is falling out of the, you know, the ball, so the ball is becoming a bit darker in color, but it doesn't matter, okay? So it's, it will give a beautiful color when you cook it. I'll make one last bowl. Okay, one last bowl here. Okay, again, then, so I'll just make 3 bowls. Fold it. This time I'm able to seal the whole, see the third time I'm doing, I'm able to seal it all nicely. So it's like practice makes perfect. Oh, this time I think this one is better. It looks like the filling is not oozing out of the bowl. Okay, now, so that's what it looks like. All right, and what I'll do now, I will put the bowl into this boiling water here. Just leave it on the side into this boiling water. All right. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll add the bowl into it. Yep, and it's boiling away. That's what it looks like. It's boiling away. Okay, so I'll just keep it boiling for a little while. Well, I'm going to wash my hands behind the camera. Now, the next step would be on a clean plate, a clean white plate. I'll just put a tiny bit of brown sugar on the plate. Not too much, maybe a teaspoon of brown sugar. Okay, on the plate. All right. And I'll just have, and also I have sesame seeds here. So it doesn't take very long for the bowl to get cooked. Normally when the bowl starts to cook, it will rise to the top. Or if it doesn't rise, you know, it will take maybe a couple of minutes to cook, okay? So as long as the water is bubbling hot. Give it a swirl. Okay, now I'll turn it off and I'll come to the camera and show you. So this is what it looks like. And here I will scoop the ball out gently. The 3 balls, scoop it out gently. Okay, that's what it looks like. Okay, drain it well. And I will put it on the plate. Okay, on the plate with the brown sugar. All right. You can see it's actually quite black, but it's a lovely dessert. Believe me, it's a beautiful dessert. And I'll decorate this with sesame seeds. Now you can choose to toast the sesame seed, but today, this instant, I'll just sprinkle on it. There you go. All right, that's what it looks like. Okay. So, yep, and I'll dish out our, okay, I'll just put all this away on the camera. Looks good. And I'll start dishing out our Singapore noodles. Some tofu, get a bit of vegetables. And I'll garnish it with coriander and spring onion. Okay, there you go. All right.